The taking of money and property before conviction, because you are not guilty of any crime, but you essentially have to pay to get all of your stuff back and your money back, and there is absolutely no due process there.
Yeah, and I think that people aren't aware of this. I'm delighted that you're talking about it, because a lot of people just don't realize what's going on, but it's right that you are punished and you have to pay the fine and they take your stuff and you might be totally innocent. I mean, that is just so bizarre and so un-American. It's such a shame that the president jumped on the bandwagon there and became rather sharp there, but that's the way it is. But I think it comes from this basic assumption, which is deeply in opposition to the libertarian principle, that we ought to tell people what they should put into their minds and their bodies and what they eat and they drink, because we need somebody to take care of us, and that's where it is from. A lot of people get tempted to say, well, drugs are different, they're dangerous. Yeah, but you know, overeating is dangerous too, but we don't want the government telling us how much sugar we're supposed to have each day, and yet there's been authoritarians that try to do that as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems as though we're clearly headed down that path, especially if we go toward single-payer insurance option. But, you know, I don't want to get distracted from this, because I do think it's incredibly important, and I hope there are some liberty-minded people within the administration who have the presidency at some point and explain to him how wrong this really is, and how it truly violates the Constitution on so many levels. And the federal government in 2014, which is the last year for which we have statistics, seized $5 billion in cash and property from people suspected of crimes. And when I say suspected, you know, there was a Burmese Christian band that had all of their stuff taken because the arresting officer didn't like the answer that the driver gave when he was questioning him when the band was pulled over.
You know, if you're rewarded for something, and that is taking somebody's property, and these police departments are rewarded, they get to keep the equipment and they keep the money. Here they either sell the equipment and get the money, it's off the books. And I cannot guarantee you, out of those billions of dollars of stuff they take, that there's probably a fair amount of corruption there. There's no real audits of this stuff either. So the principle is wrong dealing with the person they took it from, but then as it's extended, and they call it, well, we need to finance, we don't have enough equipment. They go out and buy tanks and all these other things to further advance their SWAT team approach when they decide, well, they might be smoking marijuana. We better go in there armed because these people are dangerous. So it is terrible that we have given up so easily on the basic principles of liberty and allowing people to make personal choices for themselves.
Well, as long as you're on the front lines, that'll never happen. Thank you so much, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Nice to be with you.
Very good. Thank you so much. Coming up, those eager